The drive to the beach looks a little different now. Now it's a walk to the beach. So I'll break it down in this video about what is happening. But big changes for me, Steph, Maverick, and Macie. So we had to rush move out of the other house that we were in. They sold, very similar to the other home that we were in down here. We're renting just because like we, typically move around every few years anyway. It's just what we do. And we're coming up on that mark of 4-5 years, something like that. And yeah, big change coming for us. Steph's excited for it. The pups have no idea. I'm not going to spoil it in this one. I'll wait, but it appears that our time on the coast, at least for now, is coming to an end. So, since we had to vacate the other home, since it's sold, we decided to rent this spot back on the island as like a final send-off and a to end it how it all started, right, Steph? Mm-hmm. So when we first moved down here, Steph's idea, when we were working originally from like the Charlotte area, North Carolina, and she was like, why are we still doing here? Why don't we just like go to the beach or something? And originally it was meant to be like a 6-month thing. So we rented this house on the island here for several months and then just fell in love with this little town. So we've stuck around for 4 or 5 years. But, we just moved last year, got into the home that we were in. They sold, we had to move again, and we were like not quite ready to buy anything just yet. So we don't really want to move anymore. We're tired of that part of it. Very stressful, and this one was brutal. But, so we're switching it up. Like I said, that'll be in the next video, but just want to kind of give a kind of intro of what all is happening and why we're here. But the house is quite a mess right now, but we'll get it cleaned up and I'll give you a tour of the little beach home that we're in. But today, we're just gonna go enjoy the beach with the pups for a little bit. Because now our time here is limited. Oh yeah, gang gang. I don't know, it's pretty high. I don't know if we can make it. It's already hitting that one. See, they got all the sandbags out here. Because when you're on an island, a barrier island is basically a big sandbar, and the ocean washes it away over time, and they try to preserve it the best they can by putting these big bags out here. It's working for now. See if we can't. We're right near the inlet. So we're gonna see if we can walk around. Got to get here before high tide gets in because you can't make it. As you can see on that side over there, it's already hitting the stairs into that apartment complex right there, those little condos. So let's see if we can't get around. And there's another exit out this way, but you have to walk the road the whole way. I really don't want to do that, so a little busy, getting a little warmer, still a little cool actually for time of year that it is. The breeze and stuff. It feels a little toasty out here today, I say that, but mornings and evenings and stuff are still a little cold. Looks like we're gonna make it, but barely. Ooh, that water's a little chilly. Maverick will get taken away in this. Pups always getting the love.
We have a mini
Oh, cute. All right, right here at the inlet. Just gonna claim this point right here. Just hang out for a little bit. Now spotting the birds. Set up here. I'll spot. I didn't bring the umbrella today. Just the just this little mat here for the pups. And since the pups are here and the sun's out, we won't stay out here too long. We do want to enjoy our time while we have it. So this is the New River Inlet right here. This is the north end of Topsail Island. You'll see like the cars parked there. You can drive and park on the beach on the north end and the south ends, but very small sections. It's not like when you're thinking of like Corolla or anywhere up like Outer Banks where like the horses and things are. It's not like that. It's kind of like, yeah, you see that truck pulling in right there. You pull in, he's hauling ass. You pull in, you got a little bit of ways down you can go, but at a certain point there's a cutoff. They're marked out pretty good about like where you can and can't park out there. On the far side too, a lot of birds nest over there, so they will protect and rope that section off every single year, and you see a lot of birds flying there. But it is like this inlet, the channel is actually right here, so like you'll see the, I don't know if you can see in the distance, there's like a little jet ski right there. It's deep enough where you can just kind of back that thing in because the channel is literally right off the bank, but it's also extremely dangerous. This giant sandbar that cuts out here, there's actually a wreck that's a little bit off. You'll see the pole there from just like prior pier or something like that. But this inlet can get really dangerous, both for swimmers and people that are in the water, but also for people in boats, because yeah, I mean, you see how choppy it is there, but then you look right over there and it's not that bad, and you look right out past where the breakers are and it's not that bad, but it's super shallow here, so you got to go way out the loop around. But not only that, because the channel is here, the channel is still only about 3 or 4 feet deep, so even having the channel cut in, and it's well marked, but it is like a treacherous exit and entry into this channel. Steph and I have done it on the jet ski once, and it was super terrifying. And honestly, that was before we even knew how bad it truly was, so we had a little bit of false confidence during that time, and thankfully made it out and back with no issue. But a lot of the times, I mean, the shrimp boats will try to come out of here. I mean, some of them get stuck. I mean, obviously probably what happened to the one that's right out here. You can't see it right now, but it's incoming tide, so the tide's coming in. But at low tide, it exposes like the sandbar out here, and people get swept off all the time because they'll walk out there and they don't realize how fast that tide comes back in, and it just like sucks them down in. And then the tide, if it's going out, I mean, you're getting pulled all through that. You know, riptides and things like that are really prevalent in this area. You probably saw the sign when we walked onto the beach at the entry point, the access point that we came in on. And you can kind of tell this north end of the island takes an absolute beating. Topsail, Surf City, well, this island, Topsail Island, is split into like 3 precincts. At the south is South Topsail, in the middle, Surf City, and at the top where we are is North Topsail Beach. All 3 precincts do a pretty good job of trying to renourish these beaches and dunes as often as they can. But, you know, at a certain point, Mother Nature wins every single time. So, oh yeah, here's a boat coming in right here. Oh, he's got it. Yeah, he went the right way. But you can see a lot of these houses here don't have too much longer left. Honestly, this yellow right here is probably condemned. This, the porch and stuff's leaning a bit. But you saw when we came in too, they have all of those bags, those bean bags that are set up. They're kind of putting them in there again. They're like false dunes at this point, because they keep, when they dredge the inlet at the south end, and this one they typically don't dredge as much, but because there's a main channel at the south end, that cuts through the back half there, and it forms that really big sandbar. So they dredge that one out, and they'll use the sand that they dredge there to kind of like repack and repurpose, or not repurpose, but rebuild the dunes along the beach. And they try to do the same here, but it just, one bad storm or one king tide or even high tide. It's not even high tide yet. You can see it's already almost touching the homes on this end. So truly is only a matter of time, unfortunately. I know the Outer Banks gets a lot of footage of it, but it happens on all of these barrier islands along the eastern coast of North Carolina. Yeah, and it's only a matter of time. So you saw all those beanbags again. They're just there to try and like create a false dune to try and protect the properties as long as they can. But unfortunately, at some point, Mother Nature's going to take it back. I mean, that's all this thing is. Like I said, all of this like barrier island is just a giant sandbar. And if we know anything, sandbars change and ebb and flow constantly. And that's just what's happening here. So we're just out here trying to enjoy our last little bit of time on the coast. Again, we love it here, so I would think at some point in time we'll be back. This isn't a goodbye, this is a see you later for sure. But you know, Steph and I got an opportunity to do something a bit crazy, and again, I'm not going to spoil all the beans on, or spill all the beans on this one, but I'll do that in a later video when you get the full picture of what's happening. But man, we got some really big, scary / exciting plans happening for Stephanie and Maverick and Macie. But hope you guys will stay tuned for that. If you enjoy the content that you've seen so far, we do a lot of lifestyle stuff, a lot of day in the life things like this. We do a lot of like hikes, nature, things like that. We try to be in the outdoors as often as we can, and yeah, and that's kind of the goal that we got in mind. It's one of those, you don't know what's out there until you go see it, right? So a little bit of a tip, maybe you can figure out what's happening. But we're gonna get out here, we're gonna enjoy the sun, the beach, the salt air, and soak it all in. Aw, thanks, sweet Macie. Aw, thanks. Oh, excuse me. What's that for? Hey. Steph's got her cheer wine. You got your cheer wine? Got her cheer wine. I got my pineapple coconut sparkling water to make it feel like I'm drinking like a pina colada or something on the beach. Steph's genius at work. Didn't bring our umbrella, but we took one of our towels and strapped it up to the chairs to get the pups a little bit of shade. So it is a little toasty for them out here. It's not too bad with the breeze coming for us, but I know for them it's probably a little toasty. Maverick's now got his little shade spot. Steph's handiwork. Macie both has a love-hate. She has a love and a hate relationship with water. Maverick loves it. He'd be all out there, but he'd be getting sucked away by the tide and we'd be having to try and rescue him. Macie does pretty good when she wants to. Macie does what she wants and what she doesn't want. That's a very strong mindset, sweet girl. Yeah. Macie's having fun with the tent. Steph's technically breaking the law right now. So North Topsail Beach has a dog on leash ordinance. But, I mean, if there were a lot of people out here, we'd obviously keep her strapped in. Maverick obviously is strapped in because he doesn't listen. But again, Macie has really good recall and she doesn't typically go far from us anyway, so we just kind of give her a little bit of freedom. Give her that freedom and boost her confidence a bit when it comes to like other people and other pups. She's gung-ho for mom and dad, but everyone else gets the side eye. sure you can see all those little ghost minnows in there. At least that's what I call them. Almost like little clear see-through little fish. And the only reason you can see them is because of the shadows under them. Damn, there's some big ones in there though. Putting around. Oh, they're all over here. That's why all these little birds will come out certain times of day. It's a big one right there. And they'll dive down in after them. I know you can't see on that post, but there's a pelican just perched up on that. Right out in the middle there. Just either relaxing or getting ready to hunt. What are you doing? What are you doing, sweet Macie? You're not coming back through. Macie's loving this little tent. Oh, there she is. Boop. You having fun with that? Mom's invention, Macie. Steph has improved her makeshift shibumi, a pup shumi. We were just talking, we were like, is that how they came up with that idea? They just needed shade and strapped a couple of beach towels to their chairs and let the wind blow it up like that. I mean, there's one right behind us. That's the shibumi right there. I don't know if you can see it. But the shibumi basically just has like 2 stakes in the ground, and then the wind catches it like this and blows it up, which in turn gives you the shade. Pretty cool tent. I mean, different from like having to set up a traditional tent. Actually, some guys from, was it Duke or UNC or State? One of the North Carolina colleges. A couple of guys come up with the idea, and it's actually their company. So like we've been seeing them here for years before they ever kind of blew up and exploded into what they are today. Very expensive, but a really cool idea. I think the one downside is the noise. It's very, very loud because it's just like constantly whipping. But when it comes to like ease of getting it set up, I guess that's the trade-off you got. Super fast setup, but you got to hear it whipping in the wind the whole time. Where this one, you don't really hear it because it's solid. And of course, the pups don't use it. Is Maverick using it?
Yeah, it's up there.
Oh yeah. So maybe Maverick's using it. Macie's not. Oh, he's not. And Mav's finally got him napping under there. Or near napping. Macie's still super worked up. Not really worked up. That's a bit of a lie. She's just excited. Looking for her BALL. Settling down a bit. Still feels good out here, but we're not looking at the clock. We are on the tide's time. So the tide's about right there. It does get up past where we are. So as soon as it gets up here, it'll be our cue to leave. Get it, Macie. They always dig where Steph's chair is. Never fails. It's always like right around where Steph's chair is. And they dig out from up under it. And a lot of the times capsize Steph into the sand with them. I know they're just trying to get to the colder, cooler sand. But it's always next to Mom. That's it, Macie? You done now? You got sand on your face. Sand on your nose, sweet girl. Thank you guys so much for watching. Much love, and let's wander on to the next one.